Welcome to another action-packed training video from ERS. Today we're going to talk about editing pages, adding pages, editing pages, and some of the things that you can do within those pages. So, in case you were not aware, you are capable of adding as many pages as you want to your website. And you just go to System Setup, like I just did, and we're going to go into number 10, Website Content / SEO. And anytime that you want to add a new page, you just roll over one of these blue spots, and it'll give you the option of adding a page. And all of these things can be rearranged. If I want About Us to be on the other side of FAQ, I just hold it here until I'm dragging, by the way, until I see that dot, I let go, and it moves About Us to the FAQ. And what that did is it just rearranged the navigation for our customers and for us on the website. So you can actually change the navigation any way you want. And the only things that you should not do is mess with rentals. This is going to automatically fill out with your rental items. And if you are using the photo gallery, I'm going to go ahead and click on it so we can edit it. Just make sure that you leave gallery in all caps with the parentheses on there. That's our little code that makes the gallery work. You can type any text that you want up here, not a problem. You can type underneath the gallery, just don't change this. Alright, so the only other caveat is when you're adding a new page. Let's say I wanted to add more information about my cotton candy. Well, if I have cotton candy in my inventory and I type cotton candy right here, all of a sudden the system isn't going to know what to do, and it's going to start confusing the page with the item. Same thing if I wrote concessions, which is the category title. So the way to get around this is real simple. You just add something like cotton candy info, or fun snacks, or any other name that you want, just not one that conflicts with your inventory or category titles. So let's add one, I don't know, let's make testimonials, and we'll say we want to type a little bit in here, and I'm going to go ahead and type a little bit. And if this was a real testimonials page, what I would really be doing is taking these testimonials off of my surveys and copy clipping them. But for right now, I'm just putting up some generic text. So let's say that I want to now make 3 columns for some reason. So here's how you add columns. You click on this little thing right here that says Insert Edit Table. And we're going to want 3 columns and 2 rows. So we'll say 3, and we're going to change this to 2. And in mind, I did go with a border size of 1 for right now so that I can see what I'm working on. And so I set the width to 800. Most of our templates are 900 to 1,000 pixels. So 800 is going to take up the majority of the editable area on that particular screen. And I chose center. You can choose left, center, or right, your choice. And cell spacing and padding is just how far apart they are from each other. You can set those to 0 on the spacing if you want. You can leave it at 1. Padding, you usually want a little bit of padding if you're doing blocks of text. So we'll start with 5 and see how that goes. These are pixels, so you'll get an idea as to how big that is pretty soon. Now remember that this is not the same proportions as what you're going to see on the end screen. It's not totally WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. It's as close as we can get it. So there's a couple tips for you. You can go to this maximize the editor size, and that will give you a little more space to see what's going on. Click on it again to get out. And so let's type some stuff in here. So this is row 1. Now, you'll notice what's happening is that as I'm typing, it's making that that particular column wider, and that's okay. We're going to get back into that in a second. And we're going to to say this is row. I said 2 and I typed a 1. Alright, now we're going to come over here and let's type something in here. This is the center. And you can see it's spacing everything back out. So it's not forcing anything into a particular area, but it's allowing you to do something that HTML does not let you do. HTML is very rudimentary. It only allows left, center, and right justification. So if we're adding a bunch of columns, we can control where everything is going. This is the far right. And you can see by messing around with how many spaces you are putting into your area, you can space things out manually that you might not have been able to do. You can hit an enter and keep typing. By the way, this is double spaced. When you hit enter in an HTML editor like this, it's automatically going to do a double space. Why they made that the default is beyond me, but if you want to do a single space, it's not a big deal. You just hold down the shift key while you hit enter and that'll do a single space for you. So those are a couple things that you can do. You can change these tables by hovering right over the edge of the line and right click, and then you can go into table properties and you can change some of this stuff. So let's say that we want to change that border back down to 0 now, make it disappear. Now it's going to keep all my words and graphics in the right spot, but not show the outline. And we're going to go ahead and click Insert, Edit Image, and it starts with a max height and width of 200. You can change that if you wish, but it's not a bad start. You're going to go to Browse because what we have to do is actually upload the image first. So I'm going to go into my pictures library and maybe pick a picture of one of my dogs. I don't know. Let's see. Sure. We'll do dogs. I'm into dogs. Here we go. We're going to click Send It to the Server. Now once again, you got to remember that you can't have any weird symbols in the name, and it should be under a megabyte. If it's over a megabyte, you might have a hard time sending it to the server. And once you've done that, it pops up. It shows you some lorem ipsum. For those of you not familiar with the graphic design world, lorem ipsum is just some fake Latin that is thrown into layouts to see how it's going to lay on the page. So we can adjust the alignment of that photo, we can change the width and height, but generally speaking you want to size it in something like PhotoFlex or Photoshop before uploading it, and then click OK, and you see that that photo is now in here. Now I can still drag it around and resize it if I wish. You just want to do most of that outside of your editor. And now we've got another column over here, so if I wanted to put another picture in here, I click Edit again, browse for another photo, and we'll pick another dog here, and click Send It to the Server, and it pops up showing where that's going to be landing on the page. And if we want, we can add a border to the picture on this one. I'll go ahead and add a maybe a 3-pixel border. That way you can see it a little bit better. And if we wanted to, we could align it in the middle of that particular column. So now top to bottom it's in the middle, and hard to see, I've got a dark photo there, but you can see that I've got a black border going around it. And if I wanted to move that into this row instead, I can just drag it in there. So you do get a fair amount of flexibility with where you put your pictures and how you want them spaced. You can also, within a cell, you can right click on a cell, that's one of those boxes there, and go to Cell, and you can split them, merge them, so you can get any kind of look you want. The one little caveat is right now, and we're going to try to get into the code and change this, but right now when you say split cell horizontally, well, you can see it's actually cutting it vertically. So there's a little caveat, but you can make as many of these little tables as you want, change things around. Just make sure that you click Save Page Content before you leave the page so you don't lose any of your work. So hopefully that gives you an idea as to how our content management system works and editing pages, and we'll see you on the next one.